All right, guys, want to start talking about starters. So this is a nice automotive starter, got a solenoid, starter motor, and the gear that engages into the engine flywheel. There are kind of four things that I want to go through in this assignment, and that's what we have up on the board. But starting with magnetic fields. That kind of takes off from where we were in terms of electrical from last week. And then want to note that the power that you're going to be using for your starting system is from your battery. That's where we get our power. And then the third part is, what are the parts of the starting system? Now that's something that you're going to see in the illustrations that are on the Google Doc, as well as in the videos that you see. And then of course, a couple things of what could go wrong. Now that's something that's going to be in the notes. So I really want to emphasize that you guys read those notes carefully. Okay, so what's so important about magnetic fields? Well, let's take a look. We talked about power, current, voltage, current, and resistance. So what we want to look at is when you pass current through a wire, what does it do? Okay. So we're going to take a look at what happens when you pass current through a wire. And to do that, we're going to take a look at a compass. Okay, so let's get this set up so you can see this. All right. There's our little compass. Okay, so what we have set up is a circuit that we're going to make. All right, so here's our little compass. Okay, let me move that over just a bit. Okay, and then here's our switch that when we push it, light comes on. Okay, so we're passing current through a wire here, and this is what we're going to see. So if I put this wire right over this compass, okay, watch the needle when I activate it. Okay, there it's on. Notice how the needle really swings, and if I timed it just right, I might be able to get the needle to go all the way around, just like an electric motor. But because there's only one wire, the magnetic field is not super strong. Okay, how do we make it stronger? Well, one of the ways that we can make it stronger is if we use a coil of wire. So what if I replace this little one with a coil? Now it's the same current, but now we're going to be passing through 3 wires because it goes around in a loop. So there's 3 wires here. We're going to pass 3 wires over that, and that means that there's going to be more magnetic field that passes over that compass. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm going to put this over the compass. Now, if I can hold it there just right. Okay, so watch carefully. See how that needle really swings? In fact, check it out. It swings pretty hard. I take it away. There it is sitting again, all right? And look at that. It went all the way around. And I can actually make that needle swing all the way around. It's just like an electric motor. In fact, that's how an electric motor kind of works. So if we really coiled a whole lot of wire up, then we could get it to do quite a bit of work using magnetism. All right. One of the portions of a starter is a device called a solenoid. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm going to actually see if we can come out. All right, this guy right here, this is a solenoid, and this piece is what moves and activates the little gear, and then also back in here are 2 big contacts that allow the power from the battery to be brought to the starter motor. Okay, so now if I hook this up, gotta make sure I have it hooked up to the right one. Okay, hook this up. All right, now watch what happens when I press the button. Okay, boop, pulls it in. Okay, did you notice? Look at that compass way over there. It's going crazy. All right, so I'm gonna put this in, see if I can hold it. Let's get the compass nearby. Watch what happens now. Wow, that compass is just going nuts because this solenoid
has an enormous number of wires coiled up, so there's a really big magnetic field that forms around that. Okay, so that's our solenoid. Last little thing to look at. Here's our starter. And at the front, there's the gear that engages into the flywheel at the back of the engine. And in here is a lever. That's the lever that's moved when you engage that solenoid. So see how that moves the gear? Okay. So those are kind of the pieces that go together with the starter. And when you watch the videos, you're going to see a number of other bits and pieces that go along with it. Okay, so let's check this out. All right. So kind of going back, that was some information about magnetic fields. And then, of course, we got to remember that our power, when we're starting, is coming from our battery. And then the parts of the starting system, read that in the notes and pay attention to the illustrations as well as the videos that you'll see. And then what could go wrong? That's the stuff there's a couple things in the notes, some mechanical, some electrical, but there's some things that are described in there. All right, you guys, I will talk to you later when we look at the video having to do with the slide deck. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. Talk to you soon. Bye.